I need to know that it's out there so that I'm not ever accidentally
slipping you a crapsule.
Yes. Yeah, I get one and I go, hey, this looks like one of those crapsules. Where'd you get this?
This news stinks. This is serious. Hey, I'm Chad Davis. I'm joined by my best pal, Jerry Chambliss, comedian, writer, actor, all the things, and my wonderful, beautiful wife, Amber Davis, who is a comedian herself, writer, producer, actor, and all the things. Welcome to the show. Also, one thing that you probably don't know about Amber is in 2007, she won a synchronized swimming contest as a solo synchronized.
That's right.
Contest,
Solo,
so,
huh?
Yeah.
Solo synchronized swimming.
Yeah.
Doggy paddle.
Yeah. It was awesome. So, hey, we're the creators of Nashville Nonsense, the family sketch comedy show that you know that you never needed. It's out there on the channel. Go watch it. It's a lot of fun. And, season 1, 2 in the bank.
Yep.
In the bag.
Yep.
Did you say it's the show you know you never needed?
He
Yeah.
always says that.
You know you never needed. It's like you started watching, like, golly, I never
and you
knew.
realized you didn't know that you didn't need this.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
No wonder we have so few of you.
And season 3 is
we're working on season 3 right
coming
now.
around the corner.
And hopefully
Right, it's
it'll
cooking.
come out in the fall. So we've got episodes from season 1 and season 2. We clip them and put them out every Friday. So you can watch mini versions of Nashville Nonsense every Friday. And of course, every Tuesday, you can watch This Is Serious right here on @DadChavis channel. So thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, ding, 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 ring the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And so
we
there
have
you
an
go.
amazing team.
We do have an
really do.
amazing team.
That's true.
We love everybody on that team. They're so amazing. We love all of them. But
Except two of you.
and
Two of you,
we know, and you know who you are.
you're real non-contributors, I'd say.
I don't even know why they're on the team, actually, but
I think we could fix that.
yeah. Anyway, if you don't get the email about season 3, I guess you figure it out.
Oh,
Only as strong as our weakest two links.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
We love you all. You're awesome. Thank you for watching Nashville Nonsense and sharing and
Liking.
commenting, liking, all the
Subscribing.
things. We super appreciate. We really do appreciate you watching from all over the world. We have people watching from different countries in the world and enjoying our silly, nonsensical, Southern, family-friendly, clean comedy. Woo!
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
A lot of nouns.
All right, we first start the show with this little segment called "Is It News?"
Ooh.
And
Most of the time, it's not.
yeah.
Wow.
So I scour the internet
Sounds
for
like
the
you're blaming
most
the curator.
serious, newsworthy stories. I think you're going to like this one.
I'm
I have a
excited.
feeling
Brain
that
life?
the two of you are going to really like this one.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I always rename the headlines because they're too long. So I shorten
You
them
do
up.
a good job at that.
Thank you. This one actually had something in the title or within the story that I was like, okay, I don't know if I can do any better than that. But I call it poop pills, or what they call it is crapsules.
Oh, man, I do like that.
I knew you
those are
would.
good.
Crapsules?
I knew you would.
Man, so
Of
these are
course.
pills that would allow them to freely give.
You think,
Oh,
but
Allows
it's
you
not.
to evacuate the system.
So this is crazy. Okay?
There's a missed opportunity there for laxatives called crap pills.
Yeah, or
Crapsules.
crapsules. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
crapsules.
Yeah. Or it sounds like something you would maybe take before you went to the casino.
Well, you think it would be, but British doctors are prescribing poop pills with freeze-dried feces in the pill
Oh, this took a turn. This is not at all what I thought it was.
yeah.
for
So
a new treatment.
Yeah, the pill isn't to help you go to the bathroom. You're saying you're taking a poop?
You're
taking
eating
poop.
You're eating poop.
When we dreamt of
You don't
a
have to have a pill
magic
for that, do you?
pill, like this is crazy. When we dreamt of a magic pill that could cure anything, we weren't thinking of poop pills, also known as crapsules. But these little capsules packed with freeze-dried fecal matter have recently shown promise in treating everything from cancer to liver disease.
Wow.
Some even say fecal transplants, in which the poop of a healthy person is transferred into someone else, could be the key to crushing it at the gym and reversing some signs of aging.
I think I'm going to get old and be weak.
Yeah. I'm not about to eat any of the man's
here's a
reprocessed
picture. That's a picture of the
peanut and corn.
crapsules.
Golly.
Why do you have to put them in a capsule? I mean, if you're really that devoted, you don't even need the pill. You can just go straight to the source.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
it's freeze dried though. It's like what the
how much
astronauts would
better?
take.
How much better would it be if it was fresh?
Right. So like Tang. It's kind of like Tang, like from the astronauts.
Tang.
Uh-huh.
That's what that is.
That was a good one. That was really good. That was
I get the
really
little
good.
orange thing now.
Oh,
golly.
man.
Some
Now
dingleberries.
UK researchers are testing
How do you-
whether
are they
the
suppositories?
crapsules, no, you take them containing freeze-dried stool from healthy donors. Who's going to be a donor for this?
I'll donate.
You think they're getting paid?
Yeah.
Poop in this little pill for me, and we'll
Yeah. Oh, that's the hardest part.
That
Pooping
is-
in the little thing.
think about it.
Yeah.
Trying to
Yeah.
put
you
them
gotta
together.
hold it down there and
You have to just pinch
You gotta
off. You
freeze dry
have to
it.
just pinch off a little. How do you do that? You keep your butt in the freezer?
no,
You gotta poop in the freezer and
No,
back
you
it
have
up.
to go to a restaurant, go to a walk-in freezer, and
Yeah.
stay in there until.
or you just poop in the little
You
pill
don't
and
have
then
to
put it in the
freeze.
freezer.
You don't freeze to poop. Your poop freezes. You don't have to go into a walk-in cooler and freeze.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. But anyways,
Well, they poop it and stick it in the freezer.
Is
and
this
then
in
they're
America?
This is UK. British doctors are finding that this
Wow.
is going to be this is what's going to make us live forever.
yeah.
Is crapsules.
Wow.
I knew you'd love it.
Advanced modern science.
I knew this would be your favorite.
Wow.
No,
Would you do it?
Would I do what?
To live longer and healthier, would you eat crapsules?
Yeah.
I don't know another way to say this other than no. I would rather die young
Than
and
eat a
be
crapsule?
weak than to eat a crapsule.
Yeah.
I can't even say it without sweating. It
Yeah.
sounds so gross.
Side effects are
Oh, wow.
Vomiting
Poop in your pants.
yeah,
or in your mouth.
yeah, small saucer size cold sores like this big.
Goodness, oh my goodness.
Golly, pink eye.
So what else is in it?
I
Is
imagine
it
it depends
just
on
the
what they
poop?
ate.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, are you a sushi fan?
mine came with corn.
Yeah, this guy ate a lot of nuts.
It's got a milk dud.
That's a big crapsule.
Yeah,
It's a horse pill.
Oh,
Golly.
man, I can't. So is it news? What do you think?
I mean, I don't want to hear about it, but I do because I need to know that it's out there so that I'm not ever
Somebody's not
accident.
slipping you a crapsule?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
this-
get one and I go, hey, this looks like one of those crapsules. Where'd you get this?
this news stinks.
Nice.
Like yesterday's
Let's just
diaper.
flush it. Go to the next one.
Wow. I don't think we can get any cornier. Oh.
Golly.
Okay. Get the plunger. All right. Next story.
No plunger intended.
Okay. I call this one, What's the Point? What's the point?
What's the point?
And I'm just going to
Ask
play,
myself that
I'm just going
every
to play
day.
the video
Oh,
for
I like
you.
it when you have video.
Oh.
I'm just going to play the video for you. This is What's the Point?
What's the
Fantastic.
point?
Looks like doing those commercials. They go, Ricola.
If I can get some sound here.
Do we have to have
Maybe.
sound?
I don't think you need sound.
Oh, it's muted there in the
Yeah,
right-hand
I
corner.
get it.
Right now, we are watching
Good
Banana
question.
dressed up.
So we had a beautiful oak tree that we loved and gave us lots of shade, and it came down in a windstorm.
Good to be people dressed up as bananas fighting.
No, number 2 pencils.
Oh, they were fighting with two. Oh, they were. Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
so look.
Okay, here we go.
So
Oh, okay. They're not bananas.
they're
that was my
pencils.
fault.
This is in Minneapolis. It's a
It's an SAT testing campus.
Is there a giant pencil? Good question.
It's a pencil festival. Now they're going to sharpen. So every year they sharpen the pencil, which used to be a trunk of a tree.
Okay.
So then
Oh,
the
man.
Yeah, I hate to
pencil.
make fun of something a bunch of kids are having fun
I
at.
know, but I don't mind to.
Because I know you don't, but we are. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Why are they dressed up like pencils?
Yeah, they're dressed up like pencils, and they are celebrating this pencil and apparently it like was a tree that fell over, and then they
Right.
carved it into a pencil, and they're shaving it down until they'll have the festival until it's a nub.
yeah.
So the
Until
last,
it's a nub.
they'd be like my kids, and you just got the eraser and, and a little bit, and they're trying to. You're like, throw that one out. There's 100.
Right.
No.
There's the lead, the metal, and the
Yes.
eraser. That's all it is.
It's just a little
Did
ridiculous.
you guys ever do pencil wars? Like in like you
pencil
like,
breaks.
Yeah,
and you hold it, and then you bend it back,
Yeah.
and then you try and snap it
I
over there.
did. All the guys
that
did
was
that.
a lot of fun. And there's different strategies. And I remember one of my strategies was I'd take the eraser out and I'd bite down the metal piece, and so I can chip away at the wood and then get it to weaken and then to snap it.
Did you ever play quarters?
Well, when I think of that, I think of like
Like
Kitchen
alcohol.
quarters? Like
Yeah,
no, that's
okay,
not
yeah.
what I'm meaning.
Okay.
It was like, maybe they didn't. Maybe we called it knuckles. I can't remember. But you have to put your hand like this.
Okay.
Like if you're on a desk at school, you put your hand like this, and then I take a quarter and I put it in my thumb, and I fling this quarter as hard as I can at your hand. And you did it back and forth until they would bleed.
No, we played thump knuckles. That's what we played.
Yeah, I played that too.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
The
no.
quarters is a little bit more.
Yeah.
It wasn't over till you saw blood.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
play that. I did not play that game.
It's fun.
Yeah, no, I did not play that game.
All right. Yeah. You know what?
news?
That's wholesome. I mean, they're out there repurposing a tree, having
It
some
just
fun.
seems a little
family.
crazy, almost like they're worshiping this pencil.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
little
Corny, but again,
weird.
maybe these people just
I mean,
need something to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's places out in North Carolina. I
Minnesota.
forgot the name of the small town, but they pretty much worship the strawberry. They have the strawberry festival. Forgot
Well,
the
we have in
name.
Tennessee, Portland.
Yeah, but this place is way bigger. They've been. I don't know how Portland does their
I
thing.
think every
but-
state has that because Louisiana has
Okay.
a place like that too.
Yeah,
Covington.
I just remember it being like really
Strawberry
ridiculous.
fields,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We have a
they
really
do.
big thing once a year called CMA Fest.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal around here.
Yeah.
I can't stand it, but
Yeah.
Have you ever been to it?
not intentionally.
Have-
Yeah, I've never been
When-
to it
when
either.
was that?
It's a country music
But when was that?
association.
But that came out like as a recent thing in the last 15 years, right? Was that-
Probably.
Probably 2015,
Okay.
it's
something
where
like that. It's
like
not- yeah,
it's
they
called
didn't have-
Fan Fest. I thought it was like
It used to be called
fanfare.
fanfare. Is what it,
Fanfare.
when I was a kid, like they called it fanfare.
Yeah.
It's just where like they just have like a bunch of shows and stuff. in
Okay.
When you get to
Nashville.
meet your favorite country music artist.
Yeah.
That was the big thing.
which is a dream.
Yes, for a lot of people it is.
Yes. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. To
For my
meet-
mom, it would be. My mom
Oh, yeah.
would love to meet country.
She
artists.
would
Oh,
be going
my goodness,
bananas.
right,
She's
right.
always, anytime she comes here, she's on the lookout. Somebody's
To try and catch
incognito.
one.
Yeah, I
She's
take
gonna
her right
catch
to
'em.
Broadway because that's where they all hang out.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so
They all hang out in Brentwood.
my power is going, but
Power's going.
I want to say, do you remember a couple of weeks ago? I think we talked about this, but there was a zebra that was loose in Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it on the podcast. But anyways, so I've got footage of them catching the zebra.
I've seen this.
So they caught
Yep.
the zebra.
They caught it with that same thing that they,
they-
life lighted all those
Yeah,
animals
cows,
out
yeah.
with.
Like the last episode, we were talking about cows, or a couple episodes back. But they're just,
And you think he's getting dizzy? It's sitting
Yeah.
there spinning.
I'm sure
It's the
it's like
same
Madagascar.
helicopter.
It
It's
is.
Madagascar.
It is. That's what it looks like. Yeah,
It
it's
is.
Chris Rock right there.
Yeah, it's Chris Rock. It's crazy. You know how many exotic animals live per
this.
capita around this place?
He's got to be dizzy. Like, you know, when you do the bat thing, like
Yeah.
he's just been up there just spinning while that.
Yeah, I mean that
Wow.
was like, he was running down the road. Did y'all see video of that? I
Yep.
saw a video.
Yeah,
of
he's
it.
running down 24 or something like
Yeah,
that.
Murfreesboro.
Yep.
Like somebody
Taking
just
the
has a
interstate.
pet zebra.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's crazy. There are a lot of wild animals like that in
Yeah.
people's in
That's because
Tennessee.
we have so many people with so much money and they don't know what to do with it.
I wasn't really keen on knowing that information until that big hit show came out during COVID, or the
what was that?
Tiger
The
King.
Tiger
whatever it
Oh,
was.
yeah, yeah.
And then it
That
was
was wild.
Yeah, and then they
is
were
wild.
saying on there's a lot of exotic animals
Right.
like privately owned. And
Michael
holy-
Jackson had bubbles.
Yeah, I mean, just think about like a zebra get loose. What about a Bengal tiger?
Well,
Mike
that
Tyson
happened.
had Mike Tyson had
Yeah.
tigers.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson had tigers.
There's a picture of
Did
him.
they have
and his-
ears?
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
There's a picture of him in his underwear holding one.
What?
On a leash. Yeah.
No.
I guarantee you, typing Mike Tyson
that
Tiger.
was Siegfried and Roy.
If he's okay with being on live stream with his butt cheeks hanging out before the Jake Paul fight, I'm sure he's okay with hanging on with Bengal tigers.
Well,
with
a couple
underwear.
years ago, there was a tiger that got loose in Knoxville. And was running around us, and we knew somebody that used to live in the neighborhood, and it was like, that's my neighborhood.
That's crazy.
And
yeah.
You
remember just mowing the grass and all of a sudden getting mauled by a tiger?
It was a Bengal tiger that was loose in
Just
a suburban neighborhood.
That's crazy.
Just running around.
Nobody shot it?
No, they couldn't catch it for 3 days or something. They
Why
finally
would you
caught
catch
it.
it? Just
I don't
drop
know.
it.
I know. A little
So
kid
somebody can get it-
falls in a
exactly.
gorilla pit and
Wow.
they ding the gorilla.
right.
They're
Yeah.
letting us.
That was too easy. A gorilla couldn't go nowhere.
I mean, the tigers going running around the neighborhood.
Wow.
It's like fishing for fish in a barrel with dynamite.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that would be wild to be, you're out there checking the mail and all of a sudden, there's a
Yeah, I have a problem
panther.
with predators. I don't go hang out in areas that have just predators
So
in
does
the
John
wild.
Walsh.
I
Yeah.
do not. Does he?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I was thinking the exact
Are
same
you
thing.
serious?
You and John Walsh are on the same page.
I was, yeah.
Wow.
Get them predators.
Or that guy from what's his name? The Nightline guy? Was it Nightline? He's
Dateline?
To catch a predator. What's that guy?
Oh,
He's like,
I don't know.
They always he captures them because
Turkaloo. No, it's not
he gets them in the kitchen. He always has the same talk with them.
Oh, yeah.
You don't talk about.
I know what you're talking about.
I can hear him. I can see his voice. See his voice.
what are you doing here, buddy?
Yeah, see his voice. No, I can totally see him. Anyway,
Yes.
but yes,
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's I just don't like the whole being camping in the wild where there's
The possibility of a bear.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
people camping in Colorado and the Rockies. I always thought that was just crazy.
It is.
Because
Yeah,
there's
well-
puma and grizzly
Yeah.
bears and
Well, yeah.
people.
I think
With the
I think what
rifles.
the major attacks come from with those animals is when it for pumas specifically when it does not rain and there's a drought.
They haven't eaten.
They haven't eaten, and that's when they're really hungry. You're not supposed to go camping at that time, and you don't want to go camping during the seasons where bears are giving birth after hibernation.
am not.
I'm just saying that's things.
Yeah, it's good sense.
No, it's that's what pro campers think about before they go out.
It's like
understand
people that go to the beach. You don't want to go to the beach where the sharks are at.
I understand all that, but the thing is,
I'm not saying
is
it's
that
foolproof, but it does help.
I'm not putting my life on the line. Testing to see what season the cougar's going to be hungry or not.
Mm-hmm.
If the cougar is out in the wild,
Yeah.
I'm not messing with his ecosystem.
Right.
Well, just like getting in the ocean, I don't do that either.
It's a good idea. There's so much underwater. We don't even know.
Crazy train. How much
Aliens.
so-
Aliens
Could be.
underwater?
Aliens get you.
I've seen them spaceships going
Well,
underwater.
I've seen some strange things in Destin. So,
You've seen those
Really?
videos where the spaceships are out there and they go right into the
the
water.
drones.
They're not drones.
The
They're
underwater drones.
These are UFOs or what do they call them now?
yeah, they
UAPs
say-
or-
Yeah, unidentified.
What do they call them now?
UAPs. Is it
Oh, yeah.
UAPs? I don't know.
Something.
I always grew up knowing them as UFOs.
But I have seen them flying by the water and then they dive into the water like those birds do to get stuff. Like pelicans do and then they go blind. Have you heard that?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, pelicans
Do you know
die. The number one reason pelicans die of blindness because they starve. Because they die of starvation because they go blind because they hit the water impact over time. It causes them to go blind where they can't hunt anymore and they starve and they die. That's
Really?
the number one reason of death for pelicans.
That's what happened on a Pixar movie I saw.
Yeah. There's a nice warm fuzzy fact. Yeah, so it's moving on.
Pelicans dying and flying
Yeah.
zebras.
Yeah. All right, so it's story time. All right.
Yes.
Who's got a story?
Story time.
Yeah, story. You got a story?
Oh, I don't know.
You got
Want me
one?
to go one?
I don't know. I mean,
Do you have a story?
well, see, the thing is,
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I don't really come prepared with a story. I usually glom on because
You glom on to the
what I'm
stories?
saying is somebody will mention something like, "Oh yeah," triggers a story. But I don't really
story.
have one prepared.
Well, we do have a friend. Well, speaking of the animals in the wild, we had a friend he was out I think Gatlinburg. They were staying there, and a bear
Yeah.
Like what was that? Like somebody was like looking outside at the apartment complex.
Well, we just got back from the mountains.
Yeah.
And, every time we'd go back inside, I was like, all right, just lock the doors, because black bear in that region right there.
Yeah, don't just label it to black bears, Chad. Don't do that.
Yeah, they would break in your cars.
Come on, man. You're making it worse now. So only the black bears are breaking into the cars? Okay.
In Gatlinburg.
I know it's not true. Not in Gatlinburg.
But, you know this guy. You know Billy. And Billy took his family up to Gatlinburg, and he went to Subway, and then they went back to their condo to get something. They were in there for like maybe 15, 20 minutes, I don't know, 30 minutes to say, and they come back out into the parking lot. It's one of those condo places where it's all shared and all attached, a big parking lot, and there's a lot of people gathered around looking down at this car, and he's like, well, what's going on? What's all the commotion? And this guy turns to Billy and says, yeah, some idiot left his car unlocked and there's a bear inside. He's like, no way. He looks down there and he's like, that's my car.
It was his car with a bear inside of it.
Tore the fire out of his car.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so these bears are really smart.
Crazy.
They'll just use their little paws and open the door and climb in.
I don't think their paws are little.
Well,
and he crawled in his car.
Yeah, and then
that's crazy.
They tear it up looking for food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't have any bear story. I wish I did.
I'm glad I don't have a bear story. I would freak out about bear story.
The only wildlife story I have is
there used to be these guinea hens in my neighborhood that like they roamed around.
Guinea hens?
I think that's what they were.
We had guineas growing up,
but
they weren't wild.
Yeah,
these were. Nobody owned them.
Yeah.
Nobody owned guinea hens in Antioch?
No.
They're just wild guinea hens in Antioch?
They're actually good.
Owned those guinea
They're really
hens.
good for like watchdogs.
They're watchdogs.
Or security, whatever. So they make the little sounds.
We had guineas, and my dad would wear a cowboy hat when we lived in Texas, and he would come home, and the guineas were fine, but if he took off his hat, they would go bananas.
They got blinded by his bald head.
Probably so. Well, he wasn't even bald then. He had a little bit of hair.
Oh, okay.
So, and then we moved to Kansas.
You see the way she did? He did a little comb over, it looks like.
Okay, now, true story. So, when we moved to Kansas, he did have a comb over. And you cannot have a comb over in Kansas. Because it's
wind.
Everywhere we went. So, we begged him to shave it. We begged him for years, and finally we convinced him that he looked like Sean Connery if he just shaved it because he liked Sean Connery.
Well, or just straight up lying to him.
That was mean spirited.
He shaved it, and he looks great. And we called him Sean Connery.
You start calling him 007.
Yeah. In Kansas, he was 007.
The only wildlife story I have, and I don't know if you heard this or not, but this happened a couple of years ago when I was driving out to the church. And, there's a lot of, you can either take the main road there, or I like to take the back roads, just, something different. And I'm going down the back roads and, driving along. And then I happen to notice in my rearview mirror a sheriff, and he's right on my tail. And so I'm thinking, what did I do wrong? Was I speeding, to anything like that, not put a turn signal or something, but I'm like really concentrating, like 10 and 2 on the steering wheel, and I'm more concentrating on him, and I'm looking at the road, looking at him, look down the road, and then there's a whole gaggle of turkey right in front of the road, and I mowed down every single one of them, and they flipped over on my truck. They flipped over my truck, flipped over the bed of my truck, and flipped on his cruiser, and he pulled me over.
For what?
He wrote me a ticket for flipping on the bird.
All right. Here. That's horrible.
He
had me hook, line, and sinker.
So ridiculous. Ridiculous. I stepped on a snake the other day.
No, you did.
Eden saw a snake in our yard the other day.
I hate them. I hate snakes.
Well, there's some good snakes around
I
now.
hate them.
Eden's like, Papa, we have snakes. And I go, fine, I'll cut the grass. As soon as I find Israel, we'll get it done.
Oh, goodness. Was she just out in the yard and saw the snake?
Yeah. I think it was just like a little garden.
This was not a garden snake. I think it was a copperhead. I think so.
It was not a copperhead.
It smelled like cucumbers.
No, you just know.
You smelled him?
No. She knows.
That's what they smell like.
You picked up a snake and smelled it.
No, she knows. I've
cucumbers.
always. If you're out actually in the wild, or if you're out in the yard, or whatever, and you get a strong sense that smells like cucumbers, good chance there's a copperhead nearby.
Yeah,
Not
or a
even
nice
joking.
garden.
Or a nice card. Yeah.
Or some
a salad.
cucumbers.
Or a salad. So
Or Jason's Deli.
Or a big pickle. Yeah.
or VeggieTales.
If you're walking through the parking lot, and you smell a big Larry, then
Larry. Yes, Larry.
Yeah.
Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry Bird.
No, yeah.
Larry
or no,
Cucumber.
Larry
Bird
Boy.
was the greatest basketball player.
He did not smell like
From
cucumbers.
French Lick.
He might have smelled like. Did you ever get close to him? Maybe he did smell like cucumbers.
He sent me an autographed card. It didn't stink.
It didn't
And he
smell
held
like cucumbers?
No, it did not.
Okay.
It smelled like greatness.
I don't think he rubbed it on himself before he gave it to
I
you.
hope he did. Larry Joe Bird, if you're out there.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
No, but I did. I stepped on that. So I was going to get my phone plug from the van, and it was at night, and I had my slippers on, and I'm running down the steps in the garage, and then I open the garage door, and I just hop like over to the van, and I get inside, and I was like, okay. And I opened the car door, and right where my feet were, I had just hopped over it. Right there on the threshold of the doorway
The worm?
was a snake, and it looked like a copperhead because they have like the diamonds on them or whatever.
That's
right?
only the
It's
rich
like
ones.
Listen, chicken snakes.
brown.
Chicken snake.
Brown with the diamonds.
Listen, chicken snakes have very
There were no chickens around.
Not because that snake ate them all.
Yeah, they're called chicken snakes because they get into the chicken coops. But yes, so chicken snakes,
They eat the eggs.
they have the similar markings, and I guarantee you, it was not a copperhead.
It
was
freaked me
probably
out.
a night crawler.
It was a snake, and it freaked me out.
I wasn't
and
there.
then
I just think it was an oversized worm.
I went in a totally different way to the house because I was totally freaked out. And I woke him up and
I
said,
think
"There's
the snake
a
is
snake
usually
outside."
afraid of you as much as you are of it.
I killed a baby water moccasin one time in a canoe.
You're a murderer, Amber.
I don't care.
And you're promoting it.
I went on a canoe trip,
Wow.
like float trip, and I had never steered a canoe before. And they put me with this lady that had just got back from the Amazon and supposedly was great at all. I assumed she just got back from the Amazon. She was in the Amazon for like a month, living among the people and canoeing and all the things. We get in the canoe, and she could not row the canoe. Like, she didn't know. I didn't know which, like, because you know how, like, you'll row a certain way and you'll go forward or you'll go backwards, and we're like going in
Yeah, it's
circles.
how physics works, Amber.
Well,
She just look at us and go, you know how if you go one way, you go forward, you go another, you go backwards? Yeah, it's kind of like walking or anything else. Yeah, I'm aware of how
So
movement works.
We're rowing the boat. Her name was Jane, and she just got back from the jungle. So it's like Jane of the jungle should know how to row a boat. So we're rowing, and we just keep staying in the same spot. Well, the challenge was the night before they told us that there was water moccasins, and the baby water moccasins are the worst because if they bite you, they put all their venom in you. So they're highly venomous.
Yeah,
because
you
of
can
that.
die from moccasins. You ever seen
Right.
Lonesome Dove?
I love Lonesome Dove.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite movies.
He died
Yes.
crossing that river.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sure
they had told us, be careful of the baby water moccasins. So we're down the canoe, we're going, and all these Boy Scouts are like laughing at us because they're in their canoes. They're like,
They're not Boy Scouts. They're not even helping you.
Well, yeah, they were not helping us. And so we're rowing, and that baby water moccasin hits the canoe, the side of the canoe, and he lifts up out of the water and starts striking at me. And I take my
Did you owe him money? Why was he so...
Yeah.
I don't know, but I stood up in the canoe,
Were you
which
back
apparently
talking?
you're not supposed to do.
That's the first thing you're supposed to do if you're
Right.
in a canoe, stand.
So I stood up in the canoe, and Jane's screaming, I'm screaming, and I
Ralph
take my
Macchio?
oar, and I start hitting that.
Start hitting him with your oar,
I just start hitting him with the oar. I mean, I got my eyes closed, and I'm standing
which is the best way to swing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I've always heard in golf and baseball, they say, when you're swinging, make sure you close your eyes first.
I did all the things right, and we just kept going. We just kept floating,
and you're standing and swinging.
I either killed it, or
She's playing
doesn't
whack-a-mole
matter.
with a water moccasin in a canoe.
Yeah. It sounded
Yeah.
like you and Jane were steering opposite directions, and
was
then
bad.
finally you stood up where she could do her job and steer you out of the commotion.
It sounded like you said you kept going back and forth,
Yes.
and the snake got tired of seeing you, and that's why
Yeah.
he came in. He was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what y'all get?" You
He
know?
was mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep
'cause
going back and forth.
The Boy Scouts were yelling, "Just row forward!"
Yeah, because they could see you guys were
Yeah.
being.
It was bad.
So you rode over some of his family, and then you rode back. And
Yeah.
it felt
Oh,
like
we
you
were
kept going
just,
like,
we were
like you
just giving
kept-
him trauma.
Man,
Yes.
he
Yeah.
got pissed
Yeah.
off.
He died. He
had
died. Yeah.
PSTD or whatever.
And it's a PSISS.
Something.
I don't think you can say
no,
that.
you can't say that.
Off.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my canoe story. So yeah, that was my wildlife story out in the wild.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Well.
All right, let's do show and
moving
tell.
on.
Maybe.
So this is a segment where Jared and Chad bring something to show and tell, and you get to
Yes.
vote on who wins the show and tell in the comments.
So
Yes.
it's summertime, Chad. What is something you like to do in the summertime?
Man, I tell you what, I don't like going on canoes and standing up and swinging wildly and blindly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. Sometimes I will sit on my porch and read.
Oh, okay. Like anything or like something.
Mostly comic books.
Okay.
But I do have regular books that I have. So I thought I would bring you my favorite book that I've ever read. And it's one that I do continue to read over and over.
The Bible.
Oh, Amber, that's close.
Archie Comics, Mad
Norm
Magazine. Oh.
MacDonald's book called Based on a True Story. And this is not the copy I read. This is the one I have to put away in case. But I have a paperback one. Maybe I'll bring it. It's all torn up because I throw it in my back pocket.
Oh,
I'll
you read it a
this.
lot. Okay.
I've read it probably 100 times.
Really?
I've got the on, like, you know, where he reads it to you.
The audio.
Book on, the audio.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Norm reading it, which is even better.
Wow.
Who
it's
wrote the
called,
forward?
Louis C.K.
Oh.
Okay.
It's called Based on a True Story, and it's about his life, but it has a lot of stuff in there that you're like, that's not true.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's a very fun read. It's
That
a very
is
fun
a
read.
fun-
You got Amy Schumer, Adam Sandman, Roseanne Barr.
Judd Apatow,
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin, David Tell. He's a good.
Oh,
comedian.
Alec Baldwin. Is that before?
Yes, this is definitely before he was shooting people on set.
So did this
Rob
book?
Schneider.
Did this book come out while he was alive or after?
Yeah.
I mean, he read it. Remember audio tape?
Correct.
Well, no. What I'm saying.
This came out in 2016. So, yeah, he did do this before he died. Yes. Good
Well,
question.
I know
Good
that
question,
he
Amber.
would.
Good question.
I know that he wrote it before he died, and I know that the audio was recorded. But
he died,
I didn't know if
Oh.
it was one of those things where it
came out like
he
Tupac.
died,
Like
he
Lucille
died,
Ball.
and then he like Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball had a book that her children found, which I have read that book.
Right.
I have it at home, actually. I can bring it
have-
sometime.
I haven't read that. I haven't
They
read
found
that.
it in a safe, and it was a book she wrote, obviously, while she was alive, but she never saw it released. Her children decided to release it. And it's like it's an autobiography.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
found it so interesting because I had read her husband's book.
Okay.
Oh, does he?
Desi Arnaz has a autobiography, and it's called A Book.
A
And
book.
The name of the book is called A Book. And in it tells you why he named it that. It's because everybody told him because he lived such it's just a very interesting life. Like he
Yeah.
invented things like that you have no idea.
Yeah, multi-camera TV.
Multi-camera TV
100%.
and
Desi Lou
camera on
Productions.
wheels. You know
Yeah.
how they put a tripod on
Yeah.
wheels?
Yeah.
That was Desi Lou's who
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
to do that and put a camera where you could move it.
Yeah.
And I mean, he lived a very interesting life before he even made it to television.
Right.
And people told him, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. So
book.
he
So
wrote a book.
That's
about his
great.
life.
I love
so
that
I'd already
story.
read his, and so I was interested to hear of his wife's
Yeah.
side. You know, Lucille was married a couple times.
Yeah.
She was married to him, and then she married another guy after him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting book.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
this-
And you're
this-
wearing
That is Norm.
Norm.
Yes, in my opinion, greatest comedian ever. So if you're
It's
going
pretty funny.
to sit next to a pool or something, go get you his book and give
Did
it a
you ever
read.
go see him?
No, I never saw him live.
Yeah.
I would have loved to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear he was
That's
a really
crazy.
big country music fan too. If I ever would
Really?
have gotten enough to, I don't do any social networking.
Yeah.
I have a feeling like I probably could have contacted him and maybe
You name drop some stuff like
100%. I would have done that to have been like, hey,
Right.
I'll tell you some Ernest Tubb stories if you tell me some Norm Macdonald stories.
That are true and not in your book.
For real.
Oh yeah.
The book's so funny though.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
cool.
didn't know he wrote a book. That's really cool. All
right.
Based on a true story.
That's funny.
All right. Well, I have something as well. Something
course you
do. What do you got?
Personal to me.
It's not a video?
Oh, it's a video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You think I'd steer away from my gold mine?
Come on. And these things get me W's all over the place. So, this is very personal to me, and truth be told, we're all believers here. We believe in Jesus, and and one day we will be in heaven with our family and friends who've gone on before us.
Sooner than later.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so
later.
Yeah.
Well, all right. She has her wishes. Lord, I have mine.
and one of the things that we don't know is what God looks like. I mean, we know what Jesus.
I've seen pictures,
right? We know He's
usually frowning or crying because of he got this crown of thorns.
Right. But like, if you think about the picture of like the Godhead or God, what it looks like. But I have a video of exactly that, of what God looks like. So,
all right,
it's pretty cool stuff. You're gonna love it.
What in the world?
Okay.
I'm worried.
Oh no, this is good stuff. You ready?
This is good stuff.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yes.
Hey, Abby Lou, what are you drawing there?
I'm drawing a picture of God.
You're drawing a picture of God? Sugar Booger, nobody knows what God looks like.
They will in about 5 minutes.
Oh.
They will in about 5 minutes. Abby Lou, I think you're right.
All right.
So she drew a picture.
She drew a picture.
Do you have it?
I do have a picture of God.
Yeah, so this is our daughter drew this for a video shoot.
This is
On a
actually
plate.
This is actually the picture she drew in the video.
yes.
Man. I hate that Norm has to lose to that.
I think you're going down.
Another week.
Sorry, Norm.
Dang, yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's what God looks like. Maybe.
Might need some CPR.
I like how he has his arms are connected to his head, and they're
That's
like
the best.
little crosses.
They are. Of course they would be.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that she has him like he's burgundy and wearing purple, which is the color of royalty. Are those his arms, or are they the earrings like
No,
the
those
Barry
are his
Bonds
arms.
used to wear?
No, she drew all the arms that way.
Okay.
When she was little, all the arms came out of the bottom of the chin.
Right, which is it's where they that's
Where they would
gold.
go.
Man, I hate that I brought Norm on this.
Yes.
So there you go.
Come on.
Good job, Abby Lou.
You know what I'm voting for.
You saved your dad this time, Abby Lou. But
This is serious.